One just flew past my head there in quick time. Who have you left out from your squad? Adil is missing out. Alam is missing out.
लाइट
Arif is
दूसरे हो
missing out.
ना लाइट
Usman is
दूसरे
missing
हो
out. And Amir is missing out. Thank you very much for your time, brother. Go very well. Thank you. Right, just a reminder of what has happened out here. The West
देखी तो
Indies
ये नाम
have
क्या
won the
देखा
toss.
तो
They will be bowling first.
देखी ना करता
We know the fandom of Nepalese cricket. Plenty of photos. It is history being made here in Sharjah. Colourful as always, energetic as always, the Nepalese fans. And I had the fortune and the privilege to have a look at the 22 yards a little bit earlier. And here are my thoughts. The historic Sharjah cricket ground for an historic series, the Unity Cup. It is always humid in Sharjah, and today is a typical day in Sharjah. You can see some beads of sweat. If you come down and look at the 22 yards, traditionally Sharjah has been one where you get quite low bunks. It's quite skiddy. It normally has more of a glassy texture. This pitch, however, has a little bit of grass. However, I think this grass may just be cosmetic. If you can go down and have a look at one of the driest parts of the surface, I think there's a lot more of this underneath the grass. And I expect it to be a little bit slow, a little bit dry. But I expect it to change slightly under the lights. It's going to make for an entertaining game of cricket with two teams who have a lot to prove. I can't wait to get started. It is hot, it is humid. You cut the tension with a knife. We had a catch up with the head coaches, starting with Rayon Griffith, the head coach of the West Indies team.
Griffith, who's the head coach for this tour, the inaugural Unity Cup. Tell us about this series and how excited you are for it.
I'm very excited. We know we have some young players who's a part of the squad, so definitely excited. And it's more of, for me, for this series, is for the players, them to showcase their talent and actually gain experience on this tour. So it will make a wider base for West Indies selection.
We've got 5 potential debutants. It's a very young squad as well. Some of those young names are really ones to watch.
Yes, you have to look for Akim Audis. He has been doing very well in West Indies, and we're definitely looking to strengthen our spin department, and there are 2 leg spinners on tour.
Okay, final question. It's the start of a very busy period, isn't it, for West Indies cricket, right off the back of the CPL, plenty of overseas tours, but a first ever series against Nepal, what does that mean?
It means a lot. As I said, it's basically guys come out and have that experience. It's a busy schedule, as you mentioned. Yes, we have cricket after here, heading to India and then to Bangladesh and then
guys, सबैजनाले एउटा सब्स्क्राइब गरिदिनुस् है, लाइक र सब्स्क्राइब गरिदिनुस् है.
Thank you very much.
Andrew Leonard also caught up with Stuart Law a little bit earlier.
Stuart, the inaugural Unity Cup, Nepal getting to take on the West Indies for the first time. How big a challenge is this for your side?
Very big. We've been looking forward to this for some time now. We've known it's in the schedule for a while, and to go against the 2-time world champions in T20 cricket, the West Indies, is something to look forward to.
It's kind of one eye on this and then one eye on the T20 World Cup qualifiers. This is the perfect preparation for those in Oman.
Yeah, it is. We finish here and go directly to Oman, so it beats practice in the nets, that's for sure. To play against some guys who are very, very, very skilled at this form of the game. It'll give us a very good indication of where we're at, and some holes we may need to fill.
आज को जित्छ है साथीहरुलाई भन्नुस् कमेन्ट गर्नु त है.
Play to our strengths, we can give anyone a fright.
We all know about the Nepal fans, their passion, their expectations will be high. What would your message be to them?
Yeah, look, just
मेरो सपोर्ट त नेपालतिर है.
towards something bigger. I know this is pretty intense.
100% आज नेपालले जित्छ है.
The World Cup qualifiers has been on our radar for a while now, and this series has come at a great time. Hopefully our fans will turn up in their
आज
numbers.
नेपाल जित्छ है, नेपाल जित्छ.
Show their love for their team and intimidate the opposition would be great.
Stuart, I want to wish you and your team all the best for the series. Go well.
Cheers, Andy. Thanks, man.
The teams for this encounter will sign
हेलो गाइस सबैजना लाइक र सब्स्क्राइब गरिदिनुस् है
17th man to captain West Indies in T20 cricket. There's some elder statesmen, Jason Holder, Kyle Mears. There's also a sprinkle of youth and exuberance. Amir Jangu making his debut, Navin Badesi and Ramon Simmons.
Good evening, everyone. Nepal talking about Kushal Bhurtel and Asif Sheikh, the two openers for Nepal, and Rohit Paudel, the captain, very highlighted batters, the top three. Kushal Malla, dynamic player. Sundeep Zorak gets a place in the side. Dipender Sanghairi, he holds the fastest T20 50 record to his name in 9 balls. Gulsanja, another youngster. Sompal Kami, experience. Nandan Yadav, Karan Casey, and Lalit Raj Bangshi, the bowlers.
The excitement has continued to build here in Sharjah. This is the trophy that is being played for. The Unity Cup. We'll throw to a short break and we'll come back downstairs beside that beautiful trophy with Andrew Leonard.
हामी हौ केआईसी अपलोड स्टडी तथा टेस्ट प्रिपरेसनको लागि एउटा विश्वसनीय नाम अस्ट्रेलिया युके युएस क्यानाडा न्युजिल्यान्ड कहाँ पढ्न जान चाहनुहुन्छ तपाईँ आउने हैन त केआईसी
ल साथीहरु एउटा एउटा सब्स्क्राइब गर्नु है लाइक गर्नुस् आज को जित्छ भने कमेन्ट गर्नुस् प्लेन 11 हेर्नु भयो हजुरहरुले सन्दीप जोरालाई प्लेन 11 मा राख्या हो के हुन्छ इन्डिया जस्तो देखिन्छ कि देख्दैन
Introducing Devil's Hot Chicken Noodle. Nepal's hottest bite. It's devilicious.
Hotel at your fingertips. These Panika विभिन्न होटलहरु बुक गर्नुहोस् एक क्लिकमा अब होटल बुकिङ पनि ई सेवाबाटै
Get the best value American degree in Nepal. How do you say? When we got the best of everything, all at the best value.
More internationals than any other venue in the history of cricket, and what a fitting place for this incredible event. The Unity Cup, which of course with this month that we have had for the last month in the country of Nepal, takes on all that more special meaning. The first ever time that Nepal have played a full member international in a T20I series, and I've got the men alongside me who've made it possible. The president of the Cricket Association of Nepal, Mr. Chatur Bahadur Chand, is alongside me, as is the secretary of the Cricket Association of Nepal, that is Mr. Paras Kadka. Gentlemen, good evening. Congratulations, Chatur. I believe you'd like to say a few words.
Thank you, Andrew. Good evening. Namaste. सबैजनालाई Honorable Ambassador, Consulate General.
हेलो गाइस एउटा एउटा लाइक गर्दिनुस् है लाइक र सब्स्क्राइब गर्दिनुस् है लाइक र सब्स्क्राइब
and CAN staff, all dignitaries, fans, media persons, match officials and board team members. First of all, विजया दशमीको सबैजनालाई शुभकामना संसारभरि रहेका who watching this program and who present here. र First time we are making history. The day is historical day for Nepal. First time, not only just playing country, we played against twice World Cup champion West Indies team. So, यो अवसरमा म सबैलाई बधाई दिन चाहन्छु र सबै फ्यानहरूले नेपाली दर्शकहरूले जसरी नेपाली क्रिकेटलाई माया गरेको छ संसारभरि रहनुभएको छ उहाँहरूलाई म हार्दिक धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु। देन आफ्टर संसारभरि यसरी गरी क्रिकेटलाई सहयोग गर्नुहुन अनुरोध गर्न चाहन्छु। यो दिस प्रोग्राम सफल गर्नका लागि स्पेशली थ्याङ्क्स टु वेस्ट इन्डिज क्रिकेट बोर्ड, UAE cricket board and entire team. Also thanks to Sharjah Cricket Ground Authority. Best wishes. Team Nepal, you are making maybe history. You wishes for Western team. Thank you very much. Namaste.
Namaste and Dandavad Chatur. Great to hear the thoughts of the president, one of the main men who made things possible alongside the next man. That, of course, is the hero, one of the great national heroes of Nepal, the secretary of the Cricket Association of Nepal. Now we'd like to hear from Mr. Paras Katka.
Thanks, Andrew. Welcome to everyone. It's taken quite an effort for us to where we are. I think Cricket Association of Nepal put in a lot of effort. We'd like to obviously thank Cricket West Indies. It's going to be a spectacular event. Why? Because we're playing our first ever T20I International Series. We're playing at the Sharjah Cricket Ground, which is a historic ground in every sense. And today marks a big beginning of a lot of more bilateral series against the big boys, the test playing countries can, along with the National Sports Council, the Ministry of Youth and Sports, and of course the government of Nepal. Cricket is a religion back home. Everyone follows the national cricket team. Everybody looks forward to what the national cricket team is all about. And as we speak, we are here at Sharjah, and hopefully there'll be great cricket in the next 3 days. And to all the Nepalese who are watching us live from every nook and corner of the world, and to everybody who is here at the stadium and a lot of other Nepalese in the UAE, we hope to have your presence at the stadium. Very excited, very looking forward to it. And most importantly, Nepal cricket is here and we just want to keep going from here. Thanks.
Paras Chatur, thank you both so much indeed. We're right on the brink of history here. This journey for Nepal internationally across the last 30 years. You heard Paras say himself there, it's going to be the first time of many that we will see Nepal play the big boys, the full members of the ICC. They've never won a match against any single one of those full members. Could one of these three games, Saturday, Monday or Tuesday, be the day? The Unity Cup, it's all to play for. We've got the fans building up. On the backside of this commercial break, we'll have all the action.
For every mile you conquer, there's a thrust. For every bit of pride you achieve, there's a thrust. Behind every successful venture, there are multiple hearts. Behind every blissful individual, there is a thought. is a logic, a motive, a purpose for everything. When you are the reason for someone's happiness, we are here for yours. Bravo Bank, a reason for your success.
Unity Cup, Nepal versus West Indies, powered by Extreme Energy Drink, in association with Coca-Cola, NASA Securities, Lovey Hospitality Group, associate sponsors, Bajaj Pulsar, Devil's Hot Chicken Noodles, E-Sewa, supported by Model Institute of Technology, MIT, Nepal Airlines, Nepal Tourism Board, Bardhan IVF Nepal, Vivo, broadcasted by Routine of Nepal Bandhan.
Welcome everyone, wherever you are in the world, to a historic occasion, a bilateral series featuring Nepal and the West Indies, and we are at the historic venue named the Sharjah Cricket Stadium here in the United Arab Emirates. First bilateral series that Nepal have occasioned against a full member nation, and playing for this piece of silverware. Not sure why they call it silverware, because there's gold in it, but aptly named the Unity Cup. With all that's going on around the world and in Nepal, this is serving as a force for unification, cheer, and happiness for fans of Nepal and, of course, the West Indies. The first of 3 T20 internationals, and we'll be hoping that it is as competitive as ever, with Nepal at number 18 in the rankings and the West Indies at number 6. And the teams have been named with Gurtel, Asif Sheikh, captained by Rohit Paudel. So we'll see how that batting goes with Kushal Malla, very talented. Dipindra Singh Airi is a very talented and outstanding cricketer, Gulshan Jah in there. And Akil Hussain, for the first time, captaining the West Indies with Carl Mayers, Akeem Ogist, a number of young faces. Ramon Simmons for the first time for the West Indies, more experience in Fabian Allen and Obed McCoy, and Navin Bidesi, a young man who's made a name for himself in recent months, along with Karima Gore, getting full West Indian colours with Akeem Ogis. Alongside me, former West Indies captain, World Cup winner, Carlos Brathwaite is here with me. What an occasion, Carlos, for these officials as well, Mr. Narayan Kuti receiving the match ball and the officials in the background.
It's a monumental occasion because you'd always remember the first time Nepal are hosting a full member nation. They would hope that sometime in this series they can also get their first win. They've done a lot for cricket. We saw them at home in the World Cup, especially in St. Vincent, coming oh so close to a victory. We love the way they play their cricket, and now coming up against a West Indies team who has a few youngsters in it. They will feel as though at full strength that the West Indies are vulnerable and they have a real opportunity to get a win under the belt. It's also preparation for them before they get to Oman for another very important series.
We will have a 1 minute silence experience here by both teams. We say to explore as well after. What comes after this? teams paying respect for those that lost their lives in Nepal in recent months. And we will link this now to the respective national anthems of both teams.
Brought us here to this region, but through it all, we have risen above. Through our flannel nights, flashing their willow and leather, these keepers of the flame must feel our undying love. This Caribbean nation is rising fast. A sunbeam cutting through a cloudy past. A passion fills the world like a raging fire. As the sun shines, you know we can take it higher. Let every voice be raised. Everybody give praise. Rally, rally round the West Indies, now and forever. Rally, rally round the West Indies, now and
Tekno.
Tunga fulka हामी उठै माला नेपाली सार्वभौम भई फैलिएका मेची महाकाली सायो tunga fulka हामी उठै माला नेपाली सार्वभौम भई फैलिएका मेची महाकाली प्रकृतिका कोटि कोटि सम्पदाको आचला वीरहरूका राजकाले सुल्तानका आचला ज्ञान भूमि शान्ति भूमि तराई पहाड हिमाल अखण्ड यो प्यारो हाम्रो मातृभूमि नेपाल बहु जाति भाषा धर्म संस्कृति सन्देशाला अग्रगामी राष्ट्र हाम्रो जय जय नेपाल.
We are closer to the start of the first and historic T20 international between the West Indies and Nepal. As a reminder, the anthems have been completed. It is the cricketing anthem of the West Indies and the national anthem of Nepal. The fans are turned up here in their numbers once again. UAE flag, of course, here in Sharjah. It is such a historic cricketing venue, going back decades for one-day internationals. And just a correction on the West Indies team as well. Casey Carty is the man in, not Kareem Agor. Kareem Agor will have to wait a little bit longer. He's, of course, played for the United States of America, born in the Leeward Islands in the Caribbean, and has returned home and is in this tour, Carlos, for the just set up the context of this series for viewership.
I think for Nepal it means a lot beyond the boundary. Like everything that's going on in Nepal, sport is always a pick-me-up of sorts, and the cricket team has been that sense of glory and pride for the Nepalese. For the last, I would say, 4 to 5 years, and it stretches way beyond that. You only need to look to social media to see how many fans turn up in Kathmandu, how well they're supported. For the West Indies, however, there's a cohort in India in Test cricket, but these guys have so much to prove. You look to the likes of a Jason Holder, who also has a lot to prove, albeit how much he's done in the game so far. Someone like a Kyle Mears, Akil Hossain, elder statesmen who'd be here trying to shepherd a quite young team. And obviously those young players, they're now trying to make the name. And they'd want to ensure that they leave here with their heads held high. They'd want to challenge all the things that they've been working on at the levels below, at the highest level, international level. And these guys are no pushovers. They will give you a challenge. And I foresee this series being a competitive one. It's not necessarily 18 versus 6, as the rankings would say. It's a very competent Nepalese team and a West Indies team still. The players on the field with a lot to prove.
Asif Sheikh. Strike rate of 118. He'll be hoping to pump that up in this series, or try. And captain for the first time of the West Indies, Akil Hossain, a specialist bowling in the power play in this format of the game, and he's got a deep backward square leg and a deep mid-wicket in place. But you'll see from him a number of arm balls that supplement the ball that turns from leg to off. Slip in place, it is. A lot of it will attempt to be stump-to-stump bowling. Let a grip off the surface there.
Yeah, I heard him speaking about it being a little bit dry and hoping that he can bowl first to try to use whatever the pitch would have to offer, expecting that when the lights come into effect and you get a little bit of juke, that it takes his spinners out of the equation.
Close. If you don't know him, you have to watch for that arm ball that swings back in.
It's dangerous. This is his most dangerous delivery in my view. Sets you up with one that looks like a traditional off spinner. Then he swings it back, attempting to go through the gate.
Nepal are away and the crowd cheers.
It's very interesting as well. We feel that they have set deep square, deep mid-wicket, as you alluded to. Normally you find one of the deep fielders being back, straight back. And I just think the majority of Nepalese batters are shorter in stature, better square of the wicket. You're probably saying, if that's the way you prefer to go, you have to hit it over the fielder to get a boundary in the power play.
Both batters, Asif Sheikh and Patel, who is a reputation and building and burgeoning a reputation as an aggressive opening batter, struggled against the West Indies A team that went to Nepal last year. And his form in internationals, reasonable.
It's also such a mental game, as you would know, Bishop. You have this reputation of being aggressive, ultra-aggressive at times. You come against opposition that you think should be better than you are. Sometimes you have to get over that mental hurdle and back your ability, back your process, regardless of the opposition.
Arm ball again. You have to look very, very closely for the seam up versus the seam that oscillates. 2 without loss.
Introducing Devil's Hot Chicken Noodles. Nepal's hottest bite. It's devilicious.
Indulge this festive season with Sunfeast Dark Fantasy. Grab it before it's gone.
Series, Rohit Podell spoke glowingly at the toss about how pleased his team are to be taking part in this Unity Cup and the very experienced Jason Holder. He has a deep point, which has become almost customary, not for all, but for so many new ball bowlers.
Yeah, there was an era where it'd be short, well, third man, and it would be deep square. And then you realize a lot of batters would just rock on the front foot and play a traditional drive, and once it beat the infield, it was four. You have a look at the pitch again. It looks a beautiful one. There's a covering of grass, and we hope that keeps it together throughout the contest. And I think bowlers started to realize if I bowl my best ball just on top of off, just outside, good length, and players get forward and play almost a defensive shot, it's a boundary in the power play. How can I force them to have to do something outside of the norm? So now they have to open the face a little bit more, potentially get a little bit closer to it. And then it brings your slip into play. And it also makes your short third a little bit of a catch out of deep gully.
100%. You see Jason Holder incrementally pulling his length back after the first two shots wide of the crease, but more of a good length for that third delivery, taking the drive away for the moment unless he sees it swinging. Nice use of the feet. First boundary of the contest for Bertel. Brave shot, maybe squeezed off the outer half of the bat.
Use of the feet. He wants to get the game going. He's found a way to beat the man at short third. And he's had enough on it to get the boundary.
Length has come back there, which is quite predictable after the first couple of deliveries. And he's a tall man, which is not saying a lot with you and I, Carlos. Can get the ball to shape out, but use that bounce.
Yeah, he's adjusted well. Through the first one, did a safety to get his swing. And then you see in that occasion what we spoke about, that man at short third potentially being a catcher and forcing the batters to do something.
Good run. Good run. 2 overs completed, 8 without loss.
Fair and handsome, Vanikos is smart and handsome. Brightening cream and face wash. With nature and science, Natsai reduces dark spots. Gives instant brighter look. Smart and handsome.
और एक दिन handsome cool.
हामी हौ KIEC अपलोड स्टडी तथा टेस्ट प्रिपरेसन को लागि एउटा विश्वसनीय नाम अस्ट्रेलिया UK US क्यानाडा न्युजिल्यान्ड कहाँ पढ्न जान चाहनुहुन्छ तपाई आउने हैन त KIEC
Never having led at this level. Gone. First one. Gone. Captain strikes. He does it so often in this phase of the game in T20 internationals.
One of the best new ball bowlers in the world, like you were saying. He builds pressure. He keeps the ball in and around that area. Subtle changes of pace. Sometimes turn, sometimes swing. But he always asks questions. And he always forces you to make a decision. The wrong decision on this occasion by Kushal Bertel. He goes for 6, Nepal, 8 for 1.
हरेक उत्सवलाई महोत्सव बनाउँदै लभी हस्पिटालिटी ग्रुप
Stay right. Yeah.
Captain Rohit Paudel in at 3 was very good against the West Indies 18 leading run scorer last year in Nepal. There was a noise, but I think it was speculative rather than expectant. And I think it was the arm ball again from Akil Hussain. Yeah, arm ball wide of the crease. Bertel probably premeditating his advance rather than picking pace and style of delivery. Chandu behind the stumps couldn't get enough on it. Obed McCoy doing the cleaning up. For Django, how big an occasion, Carlos?
Yeah, massive opportunity for him with the gloves, but also with the bat. I think he's someone who's a very flexible batter. He's left-handed. There's a proliferation of left-hand middle-order batters in the West Indies now. When you think of his dexterity to bat at the top, not sure where he bats today, but his dexterity to bat at the top or the middle, a good player of spin. He's someone that could be a real asset moving forward.
Oh, yes, Akil. Yes, Akil. Good spin, Akil. Good spin. Keep going. Spin one pass. Spin one pass, Akil. Come on. Very well ball. Very well ball, Akil. Very well ball, Akil.
Single gathered.
What I like about this dismissals, I feel as though Bertel was almost duped into using his feet. You think about what the options that he was saying, maybe walk across and go leg side. They've blocked deep square, they've blocked deep mid wicket, they've asked him, use your feet and go downtown. I dare you to. He did, and he lost his wicket.
Successful over for Akil Hussain, 12 for 1.
Introducing Devil's Hot Chicken Noodles. Nepal's hottest bite. It's devilicious.
Three T20s, one tonight, and then 29th and 30th of this month. Jason Holder. It's high. It's a chance. And Casey Carty takes it, and another opportunity or effort to use the feet by the batter following Bertel's dismissal. And Carty made it look maybe a little more challenging.
Once again, good planning from the West Indies. Asking the Nepalese batters to go downtown. The very good square of the wicket. How's your straight game? Another challenge laid down and another challenge lost. Casey Carty with should have been a relatively easy catch, and first wicket in the series for Jason Holder, big one for him. I see Sheikh going for 3, 12 for 2 Nepal.
हरेक उत्सवलाई महोत्सव बनाउँदै लभी हस्पिटालिटी ग्रुप
Kushal Malla at one stage, the youngest player to debut in T20 internationals for Nepal at the age of 15 against Zimbabwe. And a little bit of swing there. How crucial a toy is this? You said it for Jason Holder, given all his experience.
Yeah, I think his tour is important for two reasons. One, his reintegration into the West Indies team. He's still been playing T20, but he wants to provide a body of work in West Indies colours more recently to move on to play ODI cricket again and eventually Test cricket. He said it publicly. And it's tours like these where I feel senior players are so important. You have 4 guys making the debut, another potential 2 or 3 that can make the debut over the next couple of games. Jason Holder is a model professional. He's someone who, when you look at how he lives his life off of the field, how he trains, how he interacts with the CEO versus the janitor, he's someone that you'd want around. And if he can obviously nail his personal performance, but added to that, ushering the next age of West Indies cricketers, I think this is an important series for those 2 reasons.
I tend to agree. He'll be another leader for Akil Hussain to lend an ear to. And of course, Rohit talked about the fact that he felt batting first led to more wins here at Sharjah in recent times. And the numbers confirm his theory in 2025. Batting first has won 8 T20 internationals here, batting second 2. Never forgot that first World Cup game for Nepal in Texas last year when they played, I think it was Netherlands. The fans that turned up there set the tone for the entirety of the World Cup. They came out in numbers, in force, and created an atmosphere that was unforgettable. Really fell further in love with Nepalese cricket and the Nepalese people during that World Cup and that leg in the USA. And they've got some skills on field to back it up as well. Nice shot. Bigger boundary over there, but can't be hauled in. Lovely shot for Malla to get on his way. 4 overs gone, 18 for 2.
Get the best value American degree in Nepal. How do you say? Well, we got the best of everything, all at the best value.
Not just for the cricket team, but for the country as well. Stuff of dreams for people right the way across the beautiful Himalayan nation. Just the 2 men that they would like out there right now. Rohit Paudel, the captain, and the returning Kushal Malla. As I wish a very warm welcome and good evening to Paresh Lahani.
Good evening, Lenny, and good evening, everybody. Nepal losing 2 wickets inside the power play. Kushal Malla, he was not in the squad for the Scotland tour, but making his comeback in the top-end series in Australia. The 2 batters out, Kushal Bhurtel and Asif Sheikh, the 2 openers. Trying to play the same shot coming down the track.
Yeah, the threat has come from Akil Hussain and the experience of Jason Holder. 2 fine players, whatever the level. whatever the format, but Akil Hussein's threat here in the power play, maybe the foremost left-arm spinner that's used in these first 6 overs of any T20 international cricket. Finds the gap but won't find the rope. Will pick up a single. Good start from Kushal Malla.
Yeah, we can see lots of Nepali fans. There's the 2 wickets coming down the track. Didn't read the ball. It was an arm ball. Seam up delivery by Akil Hussain. And the next one again coming down the track. Asif Sheikh couldn't get hold of it. Straight to Karthi at mid-on.
The attempt to the reverse sweep, but that's off the bat or maybe the glove. Plenty of experience out there in the middle as well. Buddy Pradhan, he immediately shakes the head and says not out. First instinct, good decision, yes, off the bat.
Yes, it was off the gloves. Akil Hussain was very certain that it was off the pad.
Again, the arm ball. Powell wants the single, but rightly sent back. And a swift piece of work in the covers will probably send us upstairs and have a look at the third umpire's decision. It's known as a real strength for Nepal, the speed between the wickets. But just as well, the Kushal Malla sent his skipper back. Did he get home, Paresh?
Looking at his body language, he looks okay, but it's all going to be in the replay. I think he's made it. Yes, he has. That was a very good call by Kushal Malla, sending his captain back.
Yeah, just as well, Malla had the presence of mind to say to his skipper, no. So real growth, didn't we, for Kushal Malla through the inaugural Nepal Premier League last year. Given one of the 8 captaincy roles. Confirmation on the big screen there. Well, it is indeed not much to the delight of the thousands of Nepalese fans who are piling in here to Sharjah. Probably 5, 6, maybe 7,000 or so expected for the opening night. Yet another arm ball, speared in, angled in. Nepal cannot get to grips with Akil Hussain right now. It's 20 for 2.
Hi, I'm Ronishma. Pura naam bhanyo bhane social media ma stop garchau. Tara aile malai mero career ma focus garnu cha. Ra hazurharule pani garnu parcha kinabhane janu cha abroad. Jastै Australia ma data science, USA ma IT, ya UK ma business. त्यसैले global reach lai garनुहोस् right swipe. कहाँ पढ्नुहुन्छ के पढ्नुहुन्छ कुन युनिभर्सिटी भिजा कसरी सबै ग्लोबल रिच लेखेछ.
Introducing Devil's Hot Chicken Noodles. Nepal's hottest bite. It's devilicious.
For consecutive appearances at the T20 World Cup.
Yeah, Nepal going to Oman after this series. They're going to play 2 warm-up matches. And then from the 8th of October, the real thing begins. The T20 World Cup Asia qualifiers. Top 3 will qualify for the next year's T20 World Cup.
It's going to be a huge tournament, that the first time that the 2 regions have been put together. And here is well, the 4 debutants. Raymond Simmons immediately cut away, but there is protection in there. He was given his cap by Carlos Brathwaite. It would have been a big moment for the young Bayesian. 4 debutants, not 4 international debutants, because remember Kareem Agor, of course, has played for the United States of America, but having been born in the Bronx in New York, he will get his chance to represent West Indies in due course, not capped tonight. He'll probably get his chance later in the series. But 4 other debutants, Amir Jangu, young Akeem August, who a lot are talking about the left-hander as being maybe the most prodigious of talents. TNT leg spinner Naveen Badesi, and then the left arm seamer that we're watching here. He went quite well in the CPL, Raymond Simmons. Beats the outside edge. Paresh, can you get across maybe the sense of the importance of this week for people in Nepal, given a month that nobody's going to forget?
Yes, it was a very difficult situation in Nepal for the last 10 to 15 days. But this cup is going to be very important, this series, to unite the country. In the meanwhile, Roy Podell just speeding outside the off stump, trying to fish the ball.
It's a shot, it's a trademark shot that Rohit Powdell loves. Those that were part of the West Indies A tour of Kathmandu last year, they'll have been having nightmares about that one because Powdell was the top scorer in that series. He's at it again, and he plays it ever so well.
The key to the shot was the head was very still. Watched the ball hit the bat, played it very fine towards fine leg for a boundary. Rohit scored a century and 250s in the series against West Indies A last year, the 5 T20 series.
Yeah, and I think there's a great relationship, isn't there, building up between the Cricket Association of Nepal and Cricket West Indies. Whipped away with real quality. Not quite the first maximum, just one bounce and 4 makes it back-to-back boundaries. And the noise starts to reach fever pitch levels here in Sharjah.
That was picked up very nicely on the legs by Rohit Podell, the captain of Nepal. Pick-up shot towards square leg. There's no fielder in the boundary line. Much needed back-to-back boundaries for Podell. It's very important for Rohit to stay there till the end. Kushal Malla, we know that he can hit the ball hard, he can hit out of the ground, but is 7 of 6, whereas Podell is 13 of 13.
Well, if you close your eyes, you might think right now you're in Kathmandu because the noise is starting to echo around the chambers of this historic ground. Been more international cricket played here than any other venue in the world, and it's very fitting that it is here that we are seeing the first ever international series between these two sides. So much work has gone in from the men you heard before the start of the match, from the president of the Cricket Association of Nepal, Chatur Bahadur Chand, from the secretary there, you can see him second from the top right of your shot, Paris. I don't think they've slept much over the last couple of weeks, but the job they've done in terms of pulling this series together, quite phenomenal. The first of many, let's hope. Just a flick of the pad. No, says the umpire, and the arms are extended, given as a wide.
Let's look at the replay. Ball down the leg side. I think it's going down the leg side. The two most experienced umpires of Nepal, Buddhi Bahadur Pradhan and Durganath Subedi, are the infield umpire.
Ooh, big wide this one, and Rohit Powdell says quite fancy the strike and a bit more of that. That's gone significantly from the hand. Probably looking to go tight to leg stump. It's closer to the guideline on the leg side. Free runs that the Nepal fans love.
Yes, that was very wide. The ball didn't control. The square leg umpire is Buddhi Bahadur Pradhan, and the umpire in front is Durganath Subedi, the most experienced umpires of Nepal. TV umpire Vinay Kumar Jha from Nepal. Reserve umpire Akbar Ali.
Fantastic, all three of the primary umpires from Nepal for this home series in essence. Whipped away, but there is protection out there, so it'll just be a single. And the critical final over the power play goes for 14. Nepal just starting to grow their first innings. It's 34 for 2. end of the power play. 14 overs remain in this first innings. Remember, if you're just tuning in, a warm welcome to all watching Captain Max back there in Nepal. Of course, and Sony channels there in India as well, but critically, big thanks to the routine of Nepal Bandit team as well, who are broadcasting this online as Fabian Allen comes into the attack. To commemorate today's match, they're actually celebrating the launch of their routine of Middle East page. It's a very popular page there. It keeps all the facts and information. It was so critical across the course of the last month as well. So our thanks to the routine of Nepal Bandit team for their support. What a series, what an occasion, Paresh.
Yes, it sure is. And very thanks to Cricket Association of Nepal and Cricket West Indies to have come up with this bilateral series in Sharjah. Rohit Patel is the third highest run getter in the T20 International for Nepal.
Now, this is one of the reasons why Kushal Malla has been brought back into the side. I think some thought he was unlucky to miss out on that tour of Scotland, not necessarily in the ODIs, but in the T20I format where he's got such a prodigious strike rate and he can get it up over 150, 160. He'll be looking to take on the left arm spin, the ball turning into him. And he loves hitting down the ground. Just one bounce and it flies for four. It's the return, the rebirth here of Kushal Malla. He's into double figures.
That was hit very hard by Kushal Malla, straight down the ground. A bit in the air. Hit it straight. Didn't go to the mid-wicket region. That is why he connected it so well.
Pumped down the ground again, but long off reads it nicely to keep it to just a single. A big boost, I think, and a good call from Stuart Law and the selectors to get Kushal Malla back into the side. Still in the early stages of the Law era, everyone adored the Nepal fans, the Monty Desai era, the tales of the 11 wins from 12, the heroics in Kathmandu and here in Dubai and going to a first Asia Cup and back to the World Cup. Stuart Law's in place now. I don't think you could argue with the squad that he has here. It's definitely Nepal's best one.
Yes, it is, and he has the head coach Stuart Law and the assistant coach Ganendra Malla, the former captain of Nepal. Yeah, very good players.
Aggressively runs single, but Powdell is ever so quick. Him and Irie, you won't see quicker in the World Game. That's 41 for 2. Change of bowling. We'll see Obed McCoy come in. That's the batters that we see to come. Probably Sandeep Jura in next, but again, it may depend whether it's the right-hander or the left-hander that falls, because Gulshan Jha, well, continues to astound, doesn't he? Such a quality player in so many ways. Probably bowling a little bit less than you would have thought. Speaking of legends, Binod Das in the top right of your frame, the former national team captain, now the cricket manager of the Cricket Association of Nepal. I think he certainly hasn't been getting much sleep the last few weeks as well. A Trojan effort from everyone involved. So one left-arm seamer will replace the other. Plenty of quality in this West Indies side, despite some of the big names. Missing Obed McCoy. Full of his balls and variations. Will be difficult for Nepal to play. They've recovered from losing the two openers. How do you assess their position right now?
I think it's a decent position for Nepal. These two guys slowly. McCoy has played more than 40 T20 internationals for West Indies.
It's the outside edge. Maybe just rushes Powell a touch for pace. You think about the start of the series, all of the nerves, you could almost feel it, couldn't you? Not just from the players, but the fans checking their vision. Is this real? Is this a fever dream here in Sharjah? So having lost the openers, having got themselves into a tricky position, there's a good partnership just building up here. It's worth 30 off 27. Now they've got to start assessing in these middle overs as to where they can get to with 5 to go to drive home a 150, 160 plus score. The reality is they're going to need that kind of a total, aren't they, to have a realistic chance of opening the series with a win.
They need at least above 140 to have a chance to go at West Indies, because they are very power hitters. They are known for power hitting. That is what Rohit Paudel mentioned in one of his interviews about West Indies.
The average first inning score here actually up over 170, but the good trend for Nepal this year, there's been a lot of T20s here, the likes of the Asia Cup. We also saw a really good series for UAE taking on Afghanistan, Pakistan here. Good trend. These are the 10 games played this year, 8 of them have been won by the side batting first, but average first innings total up over 170, 175, so they've got to get into some kind of a position to launch in the last 5. We know the power they possess. Gulshan Jah can clear the ropes. Dipendra Singh Airi can clear the ropes. One of only 5 international cricketers to hit 6 sixes in an over. Even Nandan Yadav, all the way down at number 7, certainly very capable. And God knows